Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from 5 group. Lutfiani and Maulida Sintia and Himma. We would like to present and discuss about the material. The title is Discourse Aspect of Interlanguage. So before I explain what is discourse aspect of interlanguage, in the class material we will study about social aspect of interlanguage. In social aspect, it is not impact directly to the black box. So that's why there is discourse aspect in interlanguage. So discourse means a conversation. In acquiring discourse rules, there are rules in the way in which native speakers hold conversation. In the United States, for example, a compliment usually calls for a response, and failure to provide one can be considered a socio-linguistic error. For example, I like your sweater, and then the response is, it is so old. My sister bought it from Italy some time ago. In this example of conversation, usually learners behave differently. Usually learners just give their response like thank you. And then the next. The rule of input and interaction L2 acquisition. So in input there is two theory, that is behaviorism theory and then mentalist theory. Behaviorism theory, the learner get impact from outside, and mentalist theory, the learner get impact from black box. Black box is from inside the learner. And then in input there is foreigner talk. There is two types of foreigner talk. What is foreigner talk? Foreigner talk is language that native speaker use when addressing non-native speaker. So first it called grammatical and ungrammatical foreigner talk. First is ungrammatical talk. Ungrammatical talk is like deletion of certain grammatical features such as copula B. Copula B is like im as are, and then modal verb. Modal verb is like can, should, and then article is like a and an. And then use of special construction such as no plus verb. No plus verb is like no coming, no joining, like that. And then the next is grammatical foreigner talk. In grammatical foreigner talk, the input first is delivered at slower pace, and then the input delivered is simplify. Simplify mean like using shorter sentence, like I eat chicken. And then the input grammatical foreigner talk sometimes regularize, like the learner prefer use I won't forget rather than the learner prefer use I will not forget rather than I won't forget. And then the last foreigner talk sometimes consists of elaborate language use.
Output is a production of language, or the language produced. When we say language production, we are talking about speaking and writing. So speaking and writing are two main ways of output or production. And we are here talking about spoken language such as English and Bahasa. So When we say something, it's called output. And when we think about output in second language acquisition, a good starting point is to think about input in second language acquisition. Second language cannot be acquired without input, but not all kinds of input are helpful. Croissant said that we need to have comprehensible input to take place. In Croissant, output plays no role in second language acquisition. So input is not really important. So if we don't practice speaking, second language acquisition is possible because comprehensible input promotes the growth of second language competence. In turn makes it possible for us to speak second language. So all of we need is comprehensible input and don't really need output. But the other researchers had different ideas. Meryl Swain has argued that comprehensible output also plays in second language acquisition. She suggests a number of specific ways in which learners can learn from their own output. First is output can serve a consciousness raising function by helping learners to notice gaps in their interlanguage. Second, output helps learners to test hypotheses. Third, learners sometimes talk about their own output, identifying problems with it, and discussing ways in which they can be put right.
So the conclusion of this chapter is the study of learner discourse in SLA has been informed by two rather different goals. First, to discuss how to learner acquire the rules of discourse that inform native speaker language use. The second, to show how interaction shapes interlanguage development. The first is the role of input and interaction in the acquisition. There are two types of foreign talk. Number one in ungrammatical foreign talk, and then grammatical foreign talk. The second is the role of output in the language acquisition. Memin Sound has argued that comprehensive output also plays in the language acquisition. She suggests a number of specific ways in which learners can learn from their own output.
So that's all of from the fifth group. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.